Recently, Fauci warned that the US government's intention to promote herd immunity will only lead to much more death, and he pointed out the data will not lie. More than 160,000 people have died in the US. He suggested that in order to prevent a surge in cases, the United States needs to adopt a unified epidemic prevention policy to contain the spread of the virus as much as possible. He is dissatisfied with the current situation of the United States fight against the epidemic, and cannot predict how long the epidemic will continue. If America continues to escape reality, the virus will exist indefinitely. The Trump administration's vain attempt to control the coronavirus through herd immunity is really nonsense. The United States has a population of 328 million. Herd immunity requires that the infected population be at least 60% of the total population. That means that at least 196.8 million people in the United States must be infected with the coronavirus. The current confirmed death rate in the United States is about 3.21%. That is to say, if it wants to achieve herd immunity, there are at least 6.31 million deaths. What is the concept of 6.31 million people? It is equivalent to the combined population of Los Angeles and Chicago, approximately 21 times the number of direct deaths in the US military in World War II. If the United States allows the coronavirus to wreak havoc, the country will eventually come to an end and fall apart. Trump did not pay much attention to the prevention and control of the pandemic at first, and he did not care about the shortage of medical resources caused by the coronavirus in the United States. From the priority to the powerful in epidemic detection to the implementation of herd immunity, we can see that Trump administration is trying to trade the sacrifice of the ordinary for the safety of the powerful in the United States. They strongly advocate herd immunity because they enjoy the best medical resources and have the safest environment, and the risk of infection is very small. In the United States of America, which advertises freedom, democracy, and equality, American dignitaries suck the blood of ordinary people to survive. And they are making sarcastic comments like, "This may be life." How hateful. These politicians like Trump have never put themselves into others' shoes. They have never taken human lives to heart. They have never introduced an effective anti-epidemic method and only have illusions about herd immunity, which is ridiculous. To contain the epidemic, herd immunity is definitely not a good way. It is definitely not a method that government should take. We should actively fight against the epidemic instead of passively waiting for the virus to conquer us. We reject herd immunity and refuse to be sacrificed.